Alright. Doing Control Shaman today. A stream instead of another tier list YouTube video. What do I work for you? Suck my dick. We're back. We got time to stream. Like we said last time, been lots of zoo bots, warrior bots. Control Shaman should do well against both. So let's do it. At least Lightning Storm. Yeah, I think so. This list I had taken from way back when, the guide video that I put out, but changed it up a bit. I dropped the Farsights. I just don't like the lack of consistency with Farsights. To get an extra Earthshock Lightning Bolt to help with this trash.
The light protects me.
Still gonna be tough if we just never draw them. Yeah, what's up, Flashkit? How are things? Welcome back. Boy, we might need to go for the, Oh. Do we? Do we need to? Let me think of the outcomes. Because if I whiff on this, I have like no... like if I Lightning Storm, I whiff, I have like no Doomsayer value later. But this, if he's got to play something, as though the bot, his gender, to buff and kill, there's a very good chance he can. Then it should die to this. Alright, this is fine too. Life's good. And you? Life's not bad. Going okay. We, be honest, been looking at potentially going back to work. I'm not sure this, not sure streaming's gonna keep the bills paid. Not that we would give up on streaming. Would probably be, wait, what do I do here? I think this is fine. It's gonna be tough for him to kill it, but it is doable. It's like a soul fire. I just want it to survive so I can spirit next turn. I'm overloaded. I'm at 3. That's fine. Yeah, it would probably be like something part-time. Part-time, remote. See what's out there. But definitely flirting with the idea. You have a Korean worker and ETF dividends. Yeah, have you seen like the state of the world? Do I just send it? Do I hit? I'm a little worried. I've seen some of these lists run owls. Like, actually, we got a lot of owls the last time. Let's just get the immediate value. Yeah, like we tried the, what do you call it? Sponsored stream idea. Guess we just Sunwalker send it? That seems fine. Honestly, I could probably Sylvanas too. Is that just better? Double Sinjin next turn? Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, try that. Didn't get any bites. Yeah, growth on stream, YouTube. It's been pretty slow, so I think I just need something to bridge the gap. So it's been taking a lot of my time this week. Is this Crusher's List or your own iteration? Yeah, this is different. It came from, I think Balaz first made this. The, like the very first iteration of this. And this is like a different version of that. But I'm sure his list was originally, I can take that, right? Yeah. Was originally inspired by crushers, so yeah, I think it's fair to say it's some kind of derivation of that, but yeah, a reasonable amount different. What would your cost of living per month be if you had to pay rent by yourself? So if it's just me, like my rent is $2,200 a month, and like we've been looking for new places, but it has not been like we haven't found anything. Hold on, can I just kill him? I can like Earthshock hit, send 7. I don't have any way to deal 2. Yeah, I don't see anything amazing here. I even care about that? I could also just Earthshock that to kill it. Boy. I feel like this is a play that doesn't matter, and I'm really overthinking it. And then what? Get this down after, I suppose? Seems fine. So yeah, oh, thank you. EasyX58. The Prime Gaming subscription. Much appreciated. Yeah, so it's $2,200 a month. We've looked at places. We've actually gotten an opportunity to visit some. Others, we just haven't been able to get in to see. God, can I still not kill him? This is so obnoxious. Alright, I guess we just take that. Win next turn. And they're at like $1,700-1,800 a month. Definite like downgrades. It sort of depends too, because we have like all utilities and everything like that. Even internet's all like bundled in. So $2,200 there. Groceries are... I actually don't know if that was a bot. Groceries are... I don't know. Expensive. I don't know exactly what they total to. We've been cutting back on those as well. But there's really like no other expenses. I don't spend money on anything outside of necessities. So like I think I said before, we're like right around break even, but it's getting to a point where it's like, you know, when it comes to Christmas gifts, or like what if I need to replace my computer, or just like anything. There's just like no wiggle room for anything. And yeah, I feel like I'm just running out of options with streaming, so probably just gonna end up being less of it if I can find something that's reasonable. Because I also don't want to go back to like full-time programming. But yeah, hopefully that answers all that. Now I'm way behind here. Trade tennis, it's the answer. Boy, I mean, if I had like wiggle room to do anything like that, like any sort of liquid cash, things like that could be tempting, but I don't think this is the time to take that risk. Adabrat with the follow. Welcome. Guess the rest has to be around $500 to $700. Yeah, it's probably something like that. Call it like $3K a month, something like that. And that's probably like a reasonable guess. I guess I'll just do this. Just beat that lock you're playing. Currently ranked 509. Nice. Nice. We're 5-0 something, buddies. In Mercenaries, top 2 players are bots. Oh, really? Think something similar happens in Classic? No, I don't think so. Wow, what an amazing hit. That's really smart. This definitely couldn't be a bot. No, I think in Classic I would be very, very surprised if a bot made it anywhere close to the top. It's not like it's impossible to code a bot to play like Miracle Rogue well, but I've never seen it. So yeah, I don't think so. Mercenaries has got to be way, way easier to code. Interesting. I guess I just do the Sanjin. Boy, I don't know. Like, Bolt's okay on this. I'm really tempted to just Doomsayer, though. Yeah, let's just Doomsayer. Be really nice to deny the draw. What do you do for a living? Nothing anymore. I think I remember you saying something about software engineering. Yeah, I used to be a software dev. I was like a manager by the time that I quit. But I just can't stand working for other people, basically. So try to avoid that. Avoid going back for as long as possible, anyway. It's actually a bit in flux here, but today was gonna be, man, there's been so many, like, I don't know, so much back and forth and craziness with starting all the recording of this artifact stuff. This is terrible. But we might be starting it today now. And yeah, that's actually originally why I got into streaming, was because of artifacts. I think I'm gonna do this. And then we just kind of fell into this, so yeah. Did you ever read The Richest Man in Babylon? I did not, no. Words to Live By? Okay. I will keep it in mind. Waggy, waggy, get in the cagey. Boy, I don't know what that refers to. Groceries, electricity, internet. Yeah, so electricity, internet, all that is bundled into my rent. So it is just groceries and rent, basically. But, yeah, technically I'm paying for it all. It's just, that's where that 2,200 figure comes from. Kind of sucks getting Sylvanas out, where he could just make these nice trades. But overload on this is doo-doo as well. I think against these warrior bots you can just do that. I don't think you have to be any more efficient than that. Your cost of living around 1,000 a month. Yeah, I mean, it's also going to be like different cost of living, income, that kind of stuff by the area that you live in and stuff. I imagine we've got very different situations. Is he going to trade? No. Can you give me ABY hints for beginners? ABY. Either that's an acronym for something, or I'm just too stupid to know what you're trying to say. Sorry. I'm down to give you, if you just mean a regular tips for beginners. Absolutely. Oh, any. See, I'm very good at deduction and brains and stuff. God, I'm a little worried about just dying. Yeah, sure. Ah, your poem about modern working life. Got it. It's beautiful. Hey, what's up, Jangram? B's next to an N. Yeah, usually I can figure those out, but is that right? Yeah, any hints for beginners? So I did make a video on this a while back. If you check out what I have on YouTube, wow, this is really nice of this fella.
Let none survive.
Thank you. And yeah, that'll give you a decent idea of what trying to think what I want to play out with this. Sunwalker, he's gonna have Brawl. Do I want to play anything out? Let's do Sunwalker and chill. Yeah, beginner hints. So Zoo, if you look up Zoo decks, again, I have all this shit on YouTube with like a million different things you can look for. Zoo is going to be the easiest deck to craft because it's very cheap. It's easy to play, and it's like a top tier deck. Like, it is extremely good. So I would recommend anyone learning the mode or the game play Zoo. Yeah, beyond that, there's like certain legendaries that are worth crafting. I get into it in the video, but stuff like Alexstrasza, Cairn, Thalnos is actually a good one. Leroy, depending on what you want to play, but they're all just good legendaries for multiple decks. Sylvanas, another one. Wow, this, you're right about that. This is the greatest bot ever. Boy, people really jump down my throat on messing up the B and the N being next to each other. God forbid that ever happened to any of you. I admire your bravery to not play BGH in this deck. Well, we were expecting Control Warrior bots and Zoo bots. So like, yeah, BGH is good against Control Warrior bots, but it's really not necessary. I don't think I'd do that because of Brawl. Sylvanas, Thalnos, Cairn. Yeah, they're all good. Hey, don't know where the B and N keys are. I know. Fucking idiot. That explains a lot, right? That's why we're in this situation. If only I could memorize the keyboard. Interesting. Alright, take it. Yeah, Black Knight's good. Yeah, it really just depends, I would say, on like what you want to play, right? Because if you're really into like control style decks, then okay, I guess with that, we'll just plop it down. I was considering Doomsayer. Yeah, if you like control style decks, get your Cairn, Sylvanas, all that kind of stuff. You can play them. The Black Knight's a good one. But if you don't really care, or if you're more of like an aggro combo person, you can just get Leroy and maybe like whatever class legendary may be good for you, right? If it's like Tyrion or Grom or whoever. What do you think the best deck is into Warrior and Zoobots? This is going to be one of them. Definitely up there. What do you think? Does this know how to play against Doomsayer or Ancestral Spirit? Probably not, right? I'm just curious more than anything. Let's try it. Probably should have rolled this first. There's actual things that could change it. Do I get this out? Yes. Quitachi just raining in the cash. Thank you. I said Quitachi, not Quitach. Currently playing the Hunter deck you posted. Yeah, it's very good as well. I mean, it's extremely good against Zoo. And it's like pretty good against Warrior. Good enough. God, these guys run Warhouse sometimes, though, don't they? This could be an issue. Yikes. How deep am I? You already played Grom. I just don't want to die. I guess we'll throw that away. 62.5% win rate. Yeah, I can see that. It'll definitely get you there. Yeah, I think we gotta heal. I'm actually surprised the bot didn't smash the Doomsayer and then die to the Ancestral Diversion. Also surprised it even played that, but okay. I assume we're getting... I think we've only seen one Shield Slam. I assume we're getting the other. Let the pain speak to me. Okay, maybe not. I think you're seeing more bots since the report function came in. I certainly haven't seen like a big drop off of bots. Do I want the mana tide? I don't know if I do. Blast him. I think he might run a second brawl, so let's just do this. Climb ladder with control warrior. 92% win rate, so you got into the warrior bots. And control warrior will have an extremely high win rate as well. The games just take a long time. Winning into them, yeah, it takes 22 minutes. Yeah, that's exactly it. Chat deck card, alright. We can do that. Let's just play it like real safe here. I guess I wanna kind of just want to hit for arm. Yeah, I don't really care about this armor smith. But let's do that. Had a game take 38 minutes. That's the thing, the bots just take forever. Like, it's so boring. Must be close to a full deck. It's in the 20s, but I think it's still the low 20s. Yeah, very, very slow. Why not copy Karen? I just wanted another taunt. Like, he's almost out of cards. If he's running double brawl, it could have got, like, super ugly there. So I just wanted, like, better odds of getting a taunt. How long's my stream delay? It's live. Yeah, go ahead. Queue up. Wow. Let's see if he draws the answer. Oh, damn. Didn't get what he's looking for. Okay, well, no brawl. Slam for fatigue, Giga Chad. There's like no risk to any of this, right? Mana Tide's fine. I want to give him a Mana Tide, to be honest. But we're not going to live that long. Or the game's not going to go that long, I should say. Incredible. X. What's up, Kinjo? How's a deck performing? Is this someone's list? This is way back. Balaz made something, I think it was Balaz, something pretty close to this. And I just tweaked it a bit. We're 2-0 so far, but it's against a warrior bot and a zoo bot, which is why I'm playing the deck. So if you're facing bots, the deck is great. Otherwise, not really sure. I'm sure it's fine, but it's a lot of stuff. Like, this is going to suck. It's going to be terrible against Miracle Rogue. But it might be okay versus Druid. Can I have a look at the deck before I choose? Oh, yeah, right. Sure. Can do after this. What do I want? Probably not any of this. I don't even know what I'm hoping for. Mana Tide Doomsayer, maybe? Speed of light is 300 kilometers per second, going around the world, blah, 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 blah. If you live halfway around the globe, that's roughly your delay. It's actually a little bit more than that, because server processing and stuff. It's actually a few seconds. But, good try. What did I tweak? I dropped 2 Farsights and added an Earth Shock and a Lightning Bolt. I think that was it. Anything you would change or too early to tell? Yeah, again, I guess just being in this territory. I don't think there's anything I would change. If you're facing lots of bots, this is kind of how I'd roll with it. I think Farsights are okay. They're just like a little inconsistent. I would have to play with them more to know. Also not sure about Farseer. I don't know if they're actually necessary, but that was just kind of a way to, like, stay alive. I think here we actually Farseer, though. Totems don't do a ton in this matchup. We don't really need the heal. I like keeping Hex against Warrior, but I'm greedy, so I don't know. I think it's fine against Warrior. It's just that this isn't... Well, you never know, but a lot of these lists aren't standard Warrior, right? They're like... They're the anti-Zoo Warrior, and so, like, if this is the list that's running, like, Abominations, which there's, like, a reasonable chance it is, then I really don't care to keep it. And not everyone runs fiber optics, true. Depends how many, like, redundancies we're bouncing between server to server. Everyone's going to get a different reception at different times. Didn't even read the full message before a condescending response. Oh my god. Sakurasta complaining about a condescending response. This is peak irony. Holy shit. I'm gonna not finish reading that message too. Alright, I guess we'll get this out behind it. Not too bad. Essay Pog? Something like that. Grumpy boy from Germany? Pog. I think Harvest Golem would be better. I'm not like huge on... That's the thing, I don't know if it needs like something at that 3-drop spot or not. So I'm not sure what would actually replace it. And that's kind of why I just left it. I was like, unsure what I wanted to do with it. What I do here. Hex is okay. Faceless, okay. Yeah, I just... Maybe you just don't Faceless. You just do the Earthshock. Trade. Ascension? Yeah, let's do it like that. Nat Pagel. I do love Nat Pagel. Like the Farsights in that spot. Not that consistent when they hit, they're so good. Yeah, I just think it's like a really hard card to evaluate. This is the type of deck that you want it, but I just don't know. Yes, Abomination. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, I just don't know if they're, like, actually good. Gotta just chill. I think we benefit more from getting into the late game. This is fine. Oh, wow. Well, let's do it like this. Would love to get Ancestral Dan on this. I'll call this acceptable. They're too random. Seems like 2/3 of the time they're horrible, or just okay. Yeah, I don't know. If you drop the Farseers, it does make it immediately better, though. This again, originally this having 1 Earthshock, 1 Lightning Bolt, like that's more stuff on the low end removed. So I don't know. It actually could be good, but especially because I'm not here like planning to play this deck day after day. This is just like, oh, we'll play it today, see how it is. Then I'm like less enthused about the idea. I'd rather just have the consistency for a single day, you know? Yeah, let's go with this. Mordhorst, welcome back. Missed Hex plus Faceless. Missed Hex plus Face. Oh, like in that order? I think I'm good. You want a pet frog? Should be easy to get one, no? What the fuck was that? Huh? Okay. I wonder. Okay. Let's do it like this. Nice. We maybe even get to keep this completely alive. Incredible. Give me the frog. Go right ahead. Can you copy mine? By all means. Hit the print screen button. Control C, Control V in Paint. You're all set. Is this a bot? Oh yeah, I'm not reporting bots. I think they're all bots. To everybody? Yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone is a bot. I'm not entirely sure about that first zoo player. I don't know. I'll err on the side of caution. 3 to 4. A. What? I just leave this. What if it dies to Whirlwind? That would be sad. I guess I'll... but then it's like 2 things. I don't know if I should swing or not. I'm gonna swing. What deck do you think is better to rank from Platinum to Diamond? Honestly, there's so much you can do at that level. I think it doesn't matter. Like, as long as you're playing something that is halfway decent, you know, check any of my guide videos, anything that I've played that's like somewhat meta. If you're comfortable with that archetype, you're good. There's also not like a real defined meta at that point, so... Boy, Sunwalker City. I'm in no rush to get this out. I kinda don't want to do that because of Brawl as well. I think I just do this and chill. Free frog NFTs, that's right. Shaman's so easy. Yeah, that's right. Easy, double spell power, high rolls. Are there bots in Classic? Absolutely. Absolutely there are. They're more visible in Classic than other modes. I don't know if they're more prevalent or not. Yeah, I gotta keep thinking about Brawl. I think you probably do like this. Brawl is actually like a losable line. Very unlikely, but... Any deck that can beat Zubots semi-consistently? Yeah, that'll help. But Plat to Diamond, it's more of a mixed bag. Once you get into Diamond, especially like Diamond 5, that's when you start to see like tons of bots, especially zoo bots. It all makes sense now? Yeah. Yeah, 'tis unfortunate, but... No rag? Yeah, like, you could put a rag in there. There's nothing, like, wrong with rag. There's not, like, some secret reason that I'm, let's just send it now. That I'm not running it. Just, yeah, wanted some stuff on the low end. What's the reason for zoo bots? I think people just sell the accounts. Is the primary reason. I guess we have to hit.
I will mourn your death.
Okay. Sakrasta with the follow. Oh, with the unfollow and then follow. Okay. Welcome back. Have the Doomsayers been performing well? I haven't really gotten an opportunity to use them too much. I mean, they're good against Zoo. So that's, I think, the primary reason they're in here.
My eyes are open. Justice shall prevail.
Yeah, we'll just do that. Imagine buying a Zubot account. I mean, if it's cheaper than paying for cards through the Blizzard store, then I don't know. I can see people doing it. Because you don't actually need it like for Classic, right? That's the other thing. You could just like farm a bunch of gold. Alright. Let's get one more thing out, just cuz. Yeah, you just like farm a bunch of gold, potential dust, whatever. And then if you want to play standard, you can be at a better point to launch off. I can't imagine they're that expensive. Doomsayer's good against Druid at all. I mean, Druids are running double silence, so they're not like great. There's the bra. But like early Doomsayers can be okay. I think it's nice if you can get like a Doomsayer down on 3 going into, well, let's just say going into their 4 mana turn. I think it's pretty nice. Ever do that?
I have no time for games.
Shouldn't matter. Yeah, so like an early one's okay, but I think later you usually don't get very much value. That being said, there's like a lot of silenceable things here, so yeah, maybe this deck more than others. Like if they already silenced the Karen, there's a higher chance that your Doomsayer actually has to be dealt with. But I would never go ahead and add them like for that matchup. Boy, we still can't kill him. Okay.
Let none survive.
I am low on cards.
This deck Doomsayers, yeah, they're good early, exactly. Yeah, and you could look at it that way, right? If they did silence an early Doomsayer, sure, then you're getting value later. Thing is, I think if they silence it early, or I think if you play it early, they probably don't silence it, right? They're unlikely to even have anything out to deal with a Doomsayer if it's real early. They ever intend to add something like Nax and GBG? They talked about it, so there's a chance, but Yeah, definitely not a guarantee. It's pretty like up in the air what they're gonna do with Classic, or if they're gonna introduce some other mode, or yeah, whatever it is. Played a druid running an owl along with 2 keepers. Well, there was that one list that I played with, was it Spellbreaker and like the Ancient Watchers, where 3 silences actually felt like good, so. Druids don't play any cards till turn 9. Well, does depend how the game goes, but yeah. Oh, hey, there you go. It's a long queue time. Let's go. Let's take a look. What are we at? 23. Here we are. We got Deathwing hiding down there. That's our curve. Beautiful, beautiful curve. Captain Foreskin. Damn. Been like an Ironbeak for a 2-drop against Zoo. Late game Sylvanas or Tyrion time. Yeah, it's a good card. Like, Silence is just good. So, yeah, lots of stuff that it can fit into. Like, even a Warrior or something. I think it's a pretty reasonable inclusion in a lot of decks. You're helping my deck 2 deadly shots in him. Yeah, probably some of the better cards in there for sure. Oh, here we go. A different matchup. Do you ever keep Sen'jin? There's better stuff. Sen'jin's like reasonable with this hand though. So I'll stick with it. I think normally you'd throw it back. Do you think you'd try Duelist 2 when it comes out? I don't know what that is. If it looks cool, maybe. What is Duelist 2? I'm unfamiliar with Duelist 1 as well. Oh wow. Sakurasta actually just unfollowed for good. And I think maybe unsubscribed on YouTube. End of an era. Earthshock Totem? Yeah, let's go with that. Deathwing's on the way for the chat deck 60% of the time. It works every time. I mean, Deathwing tends to be in, I think, most chat decks. I think maybe we've gotten value out of him like once. Remember playing Duelist when it came out, thinking it was really cool, then never playing it again. I'll have to look into this. Yeah. Potentially should have pyroed. Let's see. We're good. You can't foresee the future. Well, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Guy can dish it, but he can't take it. Pretty unique card game. You and your minions are dudes on a board that you got to move around. Oh, God. Maybe I do know this game. Hold on. Let me... It sounds familiar. Maybe I've actually seen... Oh, I have seen this game. I have seen this. Yeah, it actually does look kind of cool. Okay, so they're coming out with the second. Yeah, I might check it out. What I wanna do. Lightning Storm's okay. I think it's like Pyro Ancestral's actually okay, but I'd really like this next turn. So maybe just Senjin. Yeah, I think that's what you do. Senjin, next turn, Senjin Ancestral. It's just rough if he's got like Buzzard Unleash, but I think we're past the point of playing around it. Is Freeze Mage capable of climbing High Legend? Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah, you just cross your fingers you don't hit a Control Warrior. Okay, so this is probably an explosive, potentially a misdirect, but let's do this. We'll get the heal. Beef that up. Alright, it's not too bad. Do I like Vaporize as a tech card for Mage? I just like Vaporize. I think it's good. Interesting. So I could wait a turn. I could Farseer this and go ham. I think though I just let this die. I think I let this die. Save this for a face heal. What does this put me at? 5 the following turn. But yeah, I actually like these things being gone. I guess you do the Sunwalker next turn. Earth Ellie. Farseer. Seems reasonable. Ancestral Pyro. Ancestral Pyro is like okay, but it's just so hard to break through. I feel good with that. Played in the Duelist 2 playtest and it was super fun. Okay. Yeah, I'm down. When is it supposed to drop? See, that's the thing. I would love a new game to play as like. Oh, interesting. Like to consistently play. I don't think there's any way we die, but do I need the Ancestral? Not really. Like a Hunter's Mark could be bad. I'm just thinking if this is like double kill command, he still doesn't have the Beast. It's like 6, 8, 10. Yeah, we should be fine, right? Right? I think so. Need to start doing damage at some point. Yeah, I still think this line was okay, though. I don't think that was too defensive or anything. According to Steam, 4th quarter 2022. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's whatchamacallit. The Bazaar is supposed to be, like, later this year, right? That's the thing. This could be a misdirect. Let's just see. That's fine. Do you ever do this? No, I think you just do that. Excited for McPixel 3. What is McPixel 3? We did it! Alright, well, still undefeated. I gotta run to the washroom. Yeah, we're probably good. I'll queue up, get some water. BRB.
Thrall versus Malfurion.
I must protect the wild. For Doomhammer.
What do we got? A real person, probably. Okay, I don't think this is that good. This I'm not sure about. Probably not that. Ooh. It's a little greedy, but I'm going to keep the mana type. It's a point and click game. Original was made in 2012, got really popular with a bunch of old Let's Players. Huh. Never heard of it. Not generally big into point and click stuff, but yeah, might take a look. You like Mana Tide against Rude? Yeah, I feel like it's reasonable. It's just one less mulligan for something early. I think the only early things I really care about would be like Doomsayer. I think even Farseer on 3 is reasonable. Guess I would keep a Hex too.
Time waits for no one.
Gonna be Dirty Dan. What do we think? Do they press the button or not? Just let the rope get to here and then end turn? Oh. A proper DC? Maybe? That'd be too bad if we actually get like a real human and then it just disconnects. I feel like that's probably the better play. Trying to think. Report him anyway. Nah. Not like that. He's got wild growth. He's back.
A natural mistake.
Alright, doesn't look like the game's gonna end up being like that much different at this point anyway. Definitely report him now. What, for having bad internet? Man, playing faster on purpose. Well, generally, you just want to get it over with, right? It's like... Oh, well that's... No way he's got an answer.
My eyes are open.
Give me the heal, too. Damn. I guess at this point, you wouldn't even kill him. You just, it would just do the thing where, like, you win after he DCs. But a lot of times, you just want to hurry up and kill the person as fast as possible. Double swipe. This is fine. Dirty Dan is a homie. It's a real player. Alright. I mean, I assumed it was a real player. I did not know that he was such a homie. Oh, for playing Wild Growth? Yeah, that's fair. Pretty sure if you type that into the box, they're okay with it. They're like, ah, yeah, understandable report. What do you think? Just roll the 1 in 4? Yeah, I mean, I guess you're doing it anyway. I really want this Earth Elemental down too. But I think you go like bop. God, maybe I shouldn't have even done it. Maybe I should have just done that with a bolt and then Earth Elemental. Well, it's too late now for that. So, fuck it. I think he's focused on Druid to try and get Golden Druid. Okay, so if I see Golden Dirty Dan Druid, yeah, we know it's going well. Good to know.
I've got the beast in my sight.
Damn. Okay, well now... I don't know if I can take the risk again. You want to bolt that. Boy. See, it's a 1 in 3, but if I do it, it means I can't play the Senjin. It's like a reasonable hex as well. Boy, oh boy.
I wonder.
Also the fact that you can hit and heal back up. Then you see other lightning bolt. Let's just roll it. That's easy. Fuck.
There is little time.
Still gonna do it. Both swipes are down. Keeper's bad though. Yeah, I don't know if I even like this line. Might start reporting people who play Force of Nature Savage Roar. I imagine people already report for that. Just out of anger.
Where shall I strike?
Okay, this doesn't seem too bad. It's not perfect, but I will do it. Bop. Healing Totem, putting in work. Hopefully the one unpaid intern they assigned to reviewing reports will see it. I would be surprised if they have anyone manually reviewing the reports, to be honest. Yeah, my guess would be that it's all automated. That certainly makes Alex, like, not that great offensively. I doubt he runs double BDH, though. That's interesting. Okay. Do it. There we go. Actually good. Hold that. Actually good. Bots won't ban their brothers. That's a fair point. They probably won't. That is kind of funny. Never thought about that. Bots banning bots. Interesting. Bots. The cause of and solution to all of life's problems. Alright, if he's got another BGH, for sure this is a concern. Though I feel like he would just do it. Otherwise, I think we're in a pretty cushy spot. Especially with the extra draw from Thalnos. Thought that was women and beer. Used to be. It's a new age that we live in.
Time waits for no one.
Okay, seems promising. Is it a Savage Roar? Okay. Curious where everything went. Okay, let me think for a second. If he has another combo, we're looking at 21 damage. If we faceless... So you could still have the other Wrath. The other Wrath makes this not so great. I think I just like... Oh, so good. I think I just like this line. Just give us initiative, even if we just plop down Alex on an empty board. I'd like automated alcohol intake, nothing crazy. Just get a nice buzz going. Boy, you ever hear those stories? It's happened more than once now. Where people have been like hospitalized for like their body will continuously produce alcohol. It like... Son of a bitch, he actually runs double BGH. That is so bad. Alright, we faceless this. Lightning Storm, clear the board, I guess. But yeah, something like their like gut bacteria or something starts to I don't think we Ancestor. I think we rolled a totem. Yeah, let's roll the totem. But yeah, it starts to do crazy shit where it's like, damn. Turning like any kind of like carbs that they intake into alcohol directly. And so like, I know the one story I read, this guy was in the hospital for I think something unrelated. And it was like after a procedure. They kept feeding him like crackers and things like that. And he kept getting fucking drunk. And they thought he was like secretly an alcoholic. And they're asking him like, you know, where'd you hide the alcohol? Blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I got no idea what you're talking about. And finally ended up, yeah, figuring the situation out. Alright, this is goofy. I don't think we Ancestral. I think he's going to silence this, like, no doubt. So, would just be a waste. It's the kind of illness that sounds cool when you're a teenager, awful as an adult. Yeah, like, it sounds cool. It's like those people who they can't stop orgasming. It's like, oh, that sounds like awesome. Wouldn't you be so happy with it? But they're in like constant pain all the time, right? Like their body's just always like tensed up. You're like out in public, on the train, at the park, whatever. It's like, holy crap, that sounds awful. I'm surprised that that's even what we get. I think we got one more faceless. Something like that, yeah. Well, we can do this and pray. Let's see, if he's got another charger, we're just dead. I think we just die. Yeah. I probably only have time for like 1 or 2 more. We'll see. It's gonna have to be a bit of a shorter stream. Like I said, but maybe artifacts tonight. My schedule's gotten real crazy here. But yeah, gotta do some prep stuff for that. I guess we throw it all back. Damn. Actually, if this is a bot, he might just end up swinging. Let's see. Oh yeah, also worth mentioning the EU tournament still going on this Saturday. So anyone who's looking for like a last minute sign up, now's the time. Ah, let's go ahead and do this. I don't mind if he swings and hits in there. Who won the NA one? Oh, our expert NA player, Devere, won again. Oh, Dirty Dan, the homie, getting added. Hitting Farseer seems pretty decent. Autism's a hell of a drug. Wait, where is this coming from? Excuse me? Well, no worries. Chat says you're a homie. I want a Doomsayer here. I just don't know if I want a Totem. Is it 1 in 4 that it gives him a draw? But the other totems aren't even really that good. Yeah, let's just do that. Severe. Yeah, maybe let's not go ahead and say that. What the fuck kind of comment is that? Man, nothing wrong with Severe, dude. God, chat is wild today. JK? That's not a JK. That's just being a dickhead. What the fuck? Boy, there's a big difference. Man, now I'm grumpy today. I don't know, man. Said it before, I'll say it again. There's enough just shit out there. We don't need more people just being shitty, being assholes. I don't know. Alright, well at least this is eating removal. I might actually just faceless this. Do I bolt? Still can't tell how, like, control-y... Like, we haven't seen, like, A-bombs or anything that's particularly just anti-zoo. I don't even know that this is a bot. I'm not even gonna bolt, but let's do this. Just see what he does.
Back to work.
Boy, a lightning storm would just be so beautiful. Well, now it's a little different. I want a faceless hacks. Do that. We do that. Blast that. Alright. We're good.
I can wait no longer.
With that, like, it's gotta be a bot, right? I think it plays so fast, which makes me hesitate. But, like, its cadence is so... It's still very, like, rhythmic and bot-like. Yikes. Right. I mean, he might just Alex us. So, like, the heal could be useful later, but now that this is out, I'm not that concerned with it. Yeah, it's a very heavy deck, actually. Okay, I'll take it. I guess we just do it to play something. Isn't the name always a dead giveaway? Does that mean the name's actually unknown or just a random name? I think this is just, like, they named themselves unknown. Right? Like, some people will name themselves player or, there's a different... Because I think player is like a HOTS thing. If your name gets reported in HOTS, I think they revert it to player. I think there's the Hearthstone one. I don't think it's unknown, is it? Maybe it is. But anyway, it's got its own thing, but then people will name their account that, so you never really know. Yeah, if there's ever any doubt, I just won't report it. Like, you'll get enough bot... Well, assuming they actually do something, right? We've reported enough bots already that presumably we can get to a more playable state for the game. But yeah, I would hate to falsely report anyone. Wow. What is that? That was Baral, Sylvanas, Armorsmith. Alright, just give me a taunt totem and life's good. Bam. Yeah, it's not like... Obviously, it's not a great indicator, but like the portrait... Oh, interesting. Yeah, the portrait is not the typical bot portrait. This is not the typical bot list with Sunwalkers and Deathwing. Alright, I think I want the draw here. Suspicious about the lack of hovering over cards. Every attack's direct. Yeah, it kind of does. Yeah, it raises eyebrows. I'll say that. Like that whole thing that seems like so rhythmic, that cadence, but
Truth is my shield.
yeah, we'll give the benefit of the doubt. See what we draw. Okay, I don't mind that.
Almost out of cards.
Ooh. Okay. Alright, that's pretty good. Should win this? We haven't seen Alex from him, but is he running it with Deathwing? I don't know. Okay. Totems. Be annoying. God, this is actually gonna be real crazy. I don't know if we'll get to see what the last card is. We can just eat. Oh, it is Alex. Fuck, he's got everything on the high end. Okay, that's a problem. Oh god, that's a problem too. We need taunt. No. No! The bodiness will become apparent in a fatigue situation. Well, let's see. Does he see lethal? Damn. What is it? 320? I just kind of want to play one more. Probably should stop. Hopefully it's not another game that goes to fatigue. But this will be the last one. Can't end on a loss? I absolutely can end on a loss. Might have to do it anyway. Especially with this matchup.
Watch your back.
For Doomhammer.
Boy, what do we even want here? This is only nice against the Thalanos. This is so bad at all. Do you ever just... Like, Pyros are not the worst just for, like, tempo bodies on the board. I actually think I'll just keep them. I have no idea how you win this unless you just get, like, perfect, like, a whole bunch of taunt bodies such that they, Oh, God, do I... Yeah, I'm still gonna do it. that they like burn their saps and then afterwards you can secure some stuff, but I don't know. See how this goes. Okay, good. We're winning. Look at this damage. Insane. Invest a load into Earth Alien Ancestral. Yeah, they sap and ruin your day. Yeah, that's the thing. You want to, if you can. Yeah, try to avoid building those big combos. Like, this is stuff where Farsight, it just doesn't help, right? If you get like one silence from a druid or one sap from a rogue, it's like, sure, you can pull off the craziest combo, but I think I'd rather just play with a bit more consistency, be okay with, like, Ascension here would be so huge. And then if you even just drop like Ancestral on Ascension, they're actually putting out damage though. Dude, what's up? Just got myself an accountability partner. Please explain. A damn good one too. What is an accountability partner? I kind of want to Ancestral this. I'm not gonna lie. I won't. I think it's too early to say that you'd want to.
My eyes are open.
Based plays. I actually think it's reasonable. Wow. Okay. I like this line a lot more. Yeah, let's still do it. Try to lock him out of any sort of gadget play, and then we can drop this. Someone who follows up with you and vice versa, make sure you're taking consistent action towards your goal. Okay, okay. I wasn't sure if it was like something specific to your work or something like that. Makes sense. I mean, basically just what the name suggests. Well, hey, that's great. Shiving, okay. Well, he doesn't necessarily have it now, so let's do this. Make 50% more than you did in 2020, and it's not enough. You want 10 times. Don't we all? Don't we all?
I got the best deals anywhere.
We'll have 10 times. Well, hey, I hope you do 10x what you make. I would like some sort of, let's see, in 2020, I guess I didn't really do shit in 2020. That's probably a bad example. But any kind of multiple of what I was making previously, that would be nice. Boy, this is even interesting. So we have 10 damage. Obviously, Faceless is good. Hex is interesting. You can actually Faceless the gadget even. Which is kind of wild. I think we're bolting this. Which means I think we Faceless. Yeah, seems fine. As long as the multiple doesn't start with a 0. Yeah, I guess it's still technically a multiple. Shit, even if I was making like 0.5 times what I was making in, let's say 2019, be damn happy. Unemployed, but I want 10x. Hey, I feel personally attacked. Actually surprised we won that one. I know he didn't draw great, but yeah, I really feel like that's got to be an unfavorable matchup in general. But yeah, it's going to be the last one for today. Might be back streaming tomorrow. For sure, we'll have the tournament on Saturday. Yeah, and then I don't know. Outer Wild stuff might get finished next week or something. We'll see. I might be able to get some of it in tomorrow. I would like to, but yeah, busy with some other stuff. Who needs Sakrasta? Oh yeah, yeah. Just wow. Let me look at where the actual stream is. Oh wow, it's multiple seconds delayed. That's crazy. It's almost like as a streamer, I know that it's multiple seconds delayed, not milliseconds. Crazy. Anyway, yeah. Chat wild today. Yeah, maybe me a little wild as well. 300 milliseconds. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's it. Next week, I also might. We'll see what happens with like the job hunt and how much streaming and all that stuff, where all that lands. Been toying with the idea. I did download it. Legends of Runeterra. I know if I get into any other games, people don't tend to want to watch that much. But Legends of Runeterra, maybe there's some crossover with card playing audience, that kind of thing. So I did a bit of the like PvE stuff in it. Seemed fun enough to maybe stick with, do some streaming. Don't know if that'll make it onto YouTube, but yeah, we'll see. It's a weird hill to die on. I agree. Get in touch about trading tennis. We'll 10x together. I mean, if I had any money to put towards it, yeah, maybe I would. But I mean, I genuinely can't take a risk with like $1 right now. So if at some point I feel like it, I appreciate the offer. Maybe I will reach out. But yeah, wouldn't be anything. See, $25. It's a lot. It's asking a lot, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe you'll convince me. Anyway, lots of blabbering. I gotta go. Got to artifact stuff. So appreciate everybody watching. And yeah, Twitch or YouTube. See you guys another time.